Hello, this video is a user guide slash manual on how to use the ESP32 camera in conjunction with the Arduino IDE. So before going into the camera's usage, we must first discuss the components that make up the ESP32 camera. So the ESP32 camera is a camera that's connected with microcontrollers, and it's capable of performing facial recognition. So on top is the camera that's mounted to the board with the microcontrollers. On the side are the interfaces or the pins that allows for communication between the camera and the computer or IDE. And here you have the download button to download the information that you want. And to the right of it, you have a power indicator that should glow red whenever it's connected to a power source. And above it is the USB to serial port, and then you have the reset button that you can use to, I guess, restart the ESP32 camera. And the next thing you need is the Arduino IDE. The latest one that they have right now is the Arduino IDE 2.1.1. And on the right, you have many download options that you can choose from: the Windows, Linux, and Mac operating system. So for this video demonstration or guide, we've used the Windows option. And then once you click an option, you'll be taken to another window that would ask you to contribute and download. For this case, we just downloaded, and in the bottom left corner you see the Arduino IDE being downloaded as the executable file. And then once that is done and you click on the executable file, you would be shown a window with the license agreement and terms and conditions. And after you're done reading it, you click agree, and then next you are shown a window of whether you wish to make this software available to all users or just yourself. You can click just for yourself. Whether you click just for users or just for yourself, it won't really matter too much. And then after you've done that, you then click the location that you want the Arduino IDE to be installed in, and you see these destination folders with the directory over here. If you wish to change it, you can click browse, and once you click install, you would see the installing screen and loading screen, and then you just wait for it to finish installing. So once it's done installing, you can choose to run it right after it's done installing, or you can just uncheck the checkbox and click finish, and there the Arduino IDE setup will be done. So after installing the Arduino IDE, you must make sure to connect the ESP32 camera to your external computer. And as mentioned before, since the computer is acting as our power source, the power indicator is now glowing red. And then once it's connected, you then go to the Arduino IDE, and then you select the board to connect to. So by going to select board, and then once you click that, you'd see a drop down menu of the different ports to connect to. So in this case, we use the AI Thinker ESP32 board, and then we connect it to serial port 6. The port number can vary. It can either be port 5, port 6, or port 7, depending on where you've connected the USB to the external computer. And then once it's connected, it should show at the bottom right corner that the camera is connected to the AI Thinker ESP32-CAM board on COM6. So that means the connection is successful. So now, this is where we want to see what the camera is seeing via the Arduino IDE. And to do so, you would go on Files, and then you click Examples, and then after going to Examples, you click the ESP32 camera, and then after clicking ESP32 camera, you go to Camera, and then you click the Web Server example. And then once you click that, it should open another window with the web server Arduino file. And from here, you would see a list of camera models. So the ESP32 camera that we're using is not the only model there. There are different models. So the model that we're using right now is the camera model AI Thinker, which is highlighted in gray here. So you would comment out the camera model ESPI, and then you would uncomment the camera model AI Thinker. And then after that, you will scroll down a bit, and then you would see that it asks you for the credentials of your Wi-Fi. You just have to replace the asterisks with your Wi-Fi credentials, and you do the same with the password. And then once you've done that, you then go to the top left corner and you click the arrow that's shown in yellow here. So if the arrow is clicked, it shows yellow. So that arrow is where you would upload and compile the code once you've chosen the right model and inputted your Wi-Fi credentials. And then once you've done that, a console will pop up showing that the sketch is being compiled. So once the sketch is done being compiled, you would see that it will show you that the computer is writing the instructions from the code at different pointers. And then once it is done, you would then go to the ESP32 camera that's connected to the computer, and you click the reset button. And then once you click the reset button, you would go to the serial monitor, where you can find it by going to the sketch tab that's on top, and then you click serial monitor. And then from there, it should show you your Wi-Fi. It should show that your Wi-Fi is connected, and it will show you your local IP server that you would connect to. So to do that, you would copy and paste that link to a web browser. So once it's connected to a web browser, you would see a user interface of what the web server looks like. And then you would go all the way down and you start stream. Once you start stream, you should see what the camera is seeing. And that's pretty much it for the ESP32-CAM user guide in conjunction with the Arduino IDE. Thank you very much.